Satnam, welcome yogis. Salimah here, along with Vanessa, who's demonstrating today's practice. We're doing something sneaky. We're talking about the ego. And ego is sneaky. Ego is the part of us that was designed in the very early days of our lives to keep us safe. And as we travel unchallenged, as the ego travels unchallenged, it becomes a whole other element and layer of our personalities that we definitely need to address. Because real safety comes from within. Real safety comes from understanding our nervous system, strengthening our nervous system, and moving past those voices that the ego often gives us as being true. So buckle up, let's go for this. Lots of interesting experiences in today's practice, and definitely something that you'd want to connect to for 40 days in order to start noticing, where does ego show up for you? How does it keep you safe? And how do you make yourself safe? Let's begin. Sitting up tall and straight, and start to tune into your breath. Start to tune in to the energy around you and within you. Tune into time. The non-linear, non-limiting version of time that is you, infinite. And as you tune into those attributes, know that this is what's true. And the ego will defend and block all that isn't true. Press your palms together at the center of your chest. Close your eyes, focus in between the eyebrows and slightly above. Focus at the base of your spine and inhale. Take the energy all the way up through to the top of your head. Close your eyes and release your breath. And let's do that one more time. Inhale very deeply from the base of your spine. Take the energy all the way up. Focus in between the eyebrows. Hold the breath here for a moment and exhale. Inhale, and let's tune in now. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Last one. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale very deeply. Listen to the sound vibration that has been passed down through thousands and thousands and thousands of years. An ancient healing tradition, an ancient wisdom tradition, a spiritual practice for all times. A moment of gratitude for all that you've learned from your yoga practice and all that will unfold in today's practice. Relax your hands all the way down. Welcome, my name is Salimah, yoga therapist, and I'm here with Vanessa, graduate from our yoga teacher training program, also a Kundalini Yoga teacher in her own right. We'll begin today's practice with a series of warm-up exercises, and then we'll move on to the practice and the kriya called Challenge Your Ego. This is all about finding safety. With your eyes closed, tuning into your breath, the first warm-up exercise is a breathing practice. From here, take a deep inhale through the nose. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. And then through the mouth, exhale. 3 and 4. And then hold the breath out. 2, 3, 4. This is called box breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. Powerfully through the mouth, let it go. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And then hold the breath out. 2, 3, 4. Good. Inhale. Hold. Exhale, mouth. And hold. 2 more rounds. Inhale. Hold. Exhale, mouth. And hold. Last round. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And hold. Keep holding the breath and release. Square breath. And take a moment noticing through that breathing practice how your body is feeling. Remember, our primary goal always is to dive into the nervous system, and that breathing practice is a really good way of discharging tension, pressure, energy, trauma, memories, all that surfaces. You can use this breath to address. Let's move on now. Extend your arms out to the sides. Make your arms parallel to the ground. All the way up, floating your hands here. And now raise your right arm all the way up to a 60-degree angle and lower the left one down. Good. You want to keep this angle and inhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Good. Inhale and switch. Beautiful. Continue on, inhaling as you raise, exhaling as you lower. Find a pattern of breath that you can use to rely on for this part of the practice. We're strengthening the upper body, opening energy to the heart, to the lungs. And this is where happiness and sadness lie, in the heart and lungs, according to Chinese medicine. Really fascinating to understand where the body holds and how we can use yogic postures and breath work to release and to enhance our experience. Last few seconds here. Last 2. And last one. Awesome. Bring your arms all the way out to the sides. Hold them here. And then bring your arms all the way out in front of you. Turn the palms over and squeeze. Inhale, squeeze and hold. Inhale, squeeze and hold. Exhale powerfully. Inhale, squeeze and hold. Release the palms, exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, squeeze and hold. And exhale. Last one. Inhale, squeeze and hold. Hold, hold, hold. Resetting the nervous system, using the breath and tension in the body in order to do that. Release the breath. Good. Relax your hands slightly. Bring your hands out as if you were holding onto a steering wheel now. And from here, just holding on tight, start to move your shoulders in circles. So you're using your fists in front of you to create that circular movement. There you go. Good. You can really concentrate now. Part of this is a focus on the breath. The other part is to release tension in the back of the neck and just between the shoulder blades. So it might hurt a little bit as we're going through, and this is all about learning to use tension in order to create relaxation. And that's what the ego does, creates tension around an old story so that we continue to operate in the same way. And then, as we go through life and as we get older and our lives take on more responsibility, these things now start to feel constricting. And so in order to expand our areas of safety, it's important to move outside of that range. And that's exactly what we're doing. Hold steady here. Hold your breath now. Exhale. And then reverse the movement. So whichever way you went first, now start to draw in and explore slightly differently. Good. This is the last warm-up exercise. Last two, and last one. Inhale deeply, hold steady here, and exhale. Good, release your hands. Take a moment, mentally prepare yourself. Today's kriya, as I mentioned before, is an adventure. There's lots of interesting movement. Some of it is very subtle. Some of it will require you to move a little further into your body than you may have done before. Some of these movements might be new. And for those of you who've been around for a while, yes, you're right, there's going to be some frog pose. So let's move on now. Happy to have Vanessa with us. She's done lots of these kriyas and will be a perfect guide for you as you go through. From here, come on to your belly. Find space on your mat. Make sure that you have space around you so that you can move. And in this first movement, I'll show you a few options. So here, the focus is on moving the ankles and moving the body in a very unique kind of way. So here is option number one. If you are able to grab onto your ankles, bend each knee, and then reach back and grab onto your ankles. Good. And from here, moving the ankles in and out, in and out, in and out. This is option number one. This is the full extension. Here, let's move into the second modification, or the second option. So relaxing here, relax your arms down, and you can simply leave your knees bent, keeping your hands underneath your chin, and move your ankles in and out, in and out, in and out. So your option, either reaching back for your ankles or simply moving your ankles in and out. Find an option that works for you, and let's go. Close your eyes. This motion starts to clear out the liver. The liver is one of the places in the body that holds toxins and flushes the toxins out. And so as we move the toxins out of the body, we're also challenging those old thoughts, old beliefs, as if they were, as we well know, toxic. Some of those patterns that we've accumulated over time don't actually work for us anymore. So rather than creating safety, we become insecure, we become unsteady because we're relying on false stories. And so it's time to break free. In this part of our expansion series, that's definitely what we're aiming to do, and that is to break free. Last few rounds here. Inhale deeply, hold steady, and relax. You can relax your legs all the way down, reset your hands, make sure that your head is comfortable, and just notice where you experienced that movement. What sort of thoughts came up, and what did you encounter? The next part of the kriya is in the same position with a slightly different emphasis. And this is, the first one was on the ankles, this one will be on moving the knees. So you're sliding, basically sliding your legs in and out. So the thighs move in and out and the ankles stay relatively still. Let's give that a go. So from here, again, you can reach back for your ankles and start to move your knees in and out based on this movement. So let's do a couple of rounds of demonstration. You can see that there's a wide movement here, and Vanessa's using a little bit of her upper body strength in order to move the knees in and out. Maybe that could work for you, maybe it's not in range. So let's move now to the second option, and that is to lower everything down. Again, come into bent knees and use a little bit more subtle movement in order to achieve the same thing. So really focus on moving your knees in and out, almost like windshield wipers, moving the knees in and out. Not too long here, but we're going to test your patience, that's for sure, and also your commitment. Stay in it. And of course, no pain is good pain. So if it hurts, then opt out. Do it in your mind, do it in your heart, and then know that you'll gain plenty of benefits just by being in this energy and in this video experience with us. That's it. So you might feel your thighs sliding across the floor. You could use a slippery floor, that might help you a little bit. Maybe your carpet is a little bit slippery, your mat might be a little slippery. All of that could help. And it will require a little bit of muscle. Good, nice work. Vanessa's also pressing down with her hands so you can see that she's found a way to leverage her strength in order to isolate the movement. Nicely done. Last few seconds here. Last two, and last one, and let it go. Take a rest, release, relax. Thank you to everybody for your email messages and for your hits on social, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I love seeing your comments. Thank you so much. And it is your comments and suggestions that give me inspiration for where we're taking our practice next. So keep it up. Thank you so much. And I love learning where you're from, how long you've been practicing. So remember, you can always email me love.yogavision@gmail.com. Love to hear from you. We're moving on now to the next part of our kriya, turning over onto your side, coming up into a cross-legged position for Yoga Mudra. So turning over onto your side, curling everything in and making your way up in a way that feels really comfortable and relaxed for you. The next part of our kriya is using a mudra, hand position called Yogi Mudra. And this is to interlace the fingers and place them behind your back. And then to reach forward, to bend forward towards the ground, raising the arms up as high as you can. Now, this might be Vanessa's showing you lots of flexibility in her body. Maybe you're there with her, maybe not. Let me show you option number 2. So this is the first option, is to interlace the fingers and bring the forehead down towards the floor. And then we're just holding there for a few moments, and then we'll add some rising and lowering. For the next modification, you can take a block, a pillow, a bolster, anything with a little bit more height, and place that in front of you so that as you're lowering your head down, you reach something safe and contained so that you can relax here. So for the first few breaths, place your forehead down as far as you can. Remember, even if you're just bending forward, raising your arms up a little bit, that's great. And stay within your range of movement, because that's how we keep things safe on a physical level. On an emotional level, this requires trust. This requires commitment. All the things that the ego does not like. And so as you explore, you go to where maybe things have been uncomfortable, and you lean in just a little bit more. What could you receive? What could you experience or explore? How much more expansion could you achieve? These are all good questions. Sit with it now, breathe slowly and completely. From here, we start to inhale, bring yourself up to a tall, straight spine, and as you exhale, lower down. Maybe the hands come up a little lower, maybe up a little higher. Explore now. Inhale here, and exhale, softly lower yourself down. And we'll do this now for the next minute of practice. Inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you go down. Now, one of the things that have come up in your emails, oftentimes, Salimah, how do I pick a video? How do I pick a kriya? You have so many, I don't know which one to go with. And I've been doing one every day, and I think that's excellent. Any kind of practice on a daily is a really good idea. And there are chapters and times in our lives where something specific is a really important investment in who you are and how you are and your next steps into your expansion. If that's the case for you, you're looking for support as you work through your practice, learning more about yourself, the best thing to do would be to book a numerology consult. You can find that at YogaVision.com. Happy to connect with you and spend an hour researching what your life and what your soul map is all about. Fascinating, accurate, and real. Last two here. Last one, and hold. Hold here, and release. Come all the way up, relax your hands down, close your eyes, stay with it. Notice what's come up for you. From here, moving on to the next part of the kriya, and that is to extend your legs out into a wide V-shaped position. Here, bring both arms all the way up, and then folding forward, reach for the toes, right hand to the right toes, left hand to the left toes, and breathe. The nervous system gives us 5 responses to triggers: fight, flight, freeze, fawn, and fuck you. And this is our body's way of saying, I've reached my limit. I don't have a way past this. And so as we train a little bit more in our practice, as we understand these triggers a little bit more, we have an opportunity to go beyond. And that's really what yoga teacher training is about as well. This is what your yoga practice is leading you to, is a strong, stable nervous system, so that when life's challenges come up, when you're in conversation, where you're in conflict or in challenge, you have the ability to grow into that, to take different actions. And I'll add here too that you want to experience joy, and joy also is cued into the nervous system. And so, just like Vanessa did, you can join our Kundalini Yoga teacher training program and do that favor for yourself. That's the other F. Do a favor for yourself and give yourself a different version of who you can be, past how you've been raised, past what you've experienced, and into who you really want to be. And if that's true for you, drop me a message, love.yogavision@gmail.com, or find out all the details at yogavision.com. Slowly, gracefully come all the way out of this posture, relaxing your hands onto your knees, and then using your hands to push yourself back into a tall, straight spine. Bring your legs together. And now for today's final part of today's kriya, moving into frog pose. So from here, swing your legs around, come into rock pose onto your knees and onto your heels. Press your hands into the floor and then come up onto your knees and onto your heels, separating your knees. Good, and this is your setup for frog pose. This is your exhale position. As you inhale, bend the knees, straighten the knees, and look towards your knees. Good, so this is 26 frog poses, inhaling as you come up and exhaling as you go down. This is an amazing practice for all of your chakras. It's a standalone practice, so if you are finding yourself in overwhelm, if you're finding yourself in panic mode, this is a really good way to dial everything down. It's very good for tuning all the chakras. And here we're doing 26. Remember that you can always modify by coming down a little bit less, using a block underneath your fingertips so that you have a little bit more height, and taking it even slower than what we're seeing here on screen. So lots of different ways to challenge yourself, lots of different ways to modify so the posture works for your body. Remember, yoga was designed for everybody, and it's up to us as teachers and practitioners to give a full range of motion so that you can explore and you can experience your sacred spiritual self without being encumbered by your body. Everyone can breathe, everyone can do yoga. We're taking ourselves to 26. Are you counting, Vanessa? You are or you're not? Okay, let's call it 5 more. Okay, last 2. Nice work. Good work, everyone. This is the final part of the kriya. We move into our meditation next. So you'll have a chance to catch your breath. You'll have a chance to come on back to you. Yes, so once you're finished your last one, make your way back onto your mat slowly, safely, with control. Relax yourself down. And now we start our meditation practice, but pause a moment first. If you'd like to take a relaxation, you can pause the video, lie down on your back, set a timer for 3, 5, 11 minutes, and then join us for this particular meditation. The meditation for today's practice is to unlock the mind. In your comfortable seated position, could be on the ground, could be on a chair, could be on the sofa, bring your hands up and touch the thumb, index finger, middle finger, and ring finger together. Keep the baby fingers, pinky fingers apart until you create an O shape with your hands. So soften a little bit until you create this O-shaped, this portal inside of your hand position. So round out your fingers a little bit. Good. And from here, inhale through the nose, exhale mouth. Inhale mouth, exhale nose. Inhale nose, exhale mouth. Inhale mouth, exhale nose. Go ahead at your own pace, inhaling and exhaling through the nose and then the mouth. This is a way of bringing in fresh prana energy. And as you breathe and you slow down the breath, we start to unlock the mind. In other words, when our breathing is shallow and unfocused, we have habits that we repeat. When we start to slow down the breath, different ideas come into mind. Different options become available. And so stay with it now as you unlock the mind. You challenged your ego, and now let your mind follow suit. Be open, be willing, and whatever comes up here now becomes a really good practice for all that your day is about to offer to you. Inhale mouth, exhale nose. Inhale nose, exhale mouth. And notice how your breath can be a little bit longer now. And know this, as we create this longer breath, we create safety. Safety against our reactions, safety for the people around us. Our calmness, our focus is a gift to all of them as well. Last 2 rounds of breath. Good. Inhale very deeply. And exhale completely. Press your palms together at the center of your chest. Close your eyes. We finish off our practice now with a long Sat short Nam. We chant that 3 times. Truth is my name. Truth is all that is. Truth is everlasting. Sit with a spine of steel and a heart of gold. Inhale. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Please ground yourself, bring your forehead and your palms to the ground, closing off the energy of today's practice. Satnam, my name is Salimah, yoga therapist. On behalf of all of us here at YogaVision, all the amazing yogis, until next time. I look forward to seeing you at a numerology consult or in our teacher training program. Satnam, Satnam, Satnam.